Hi, everybody. It's Dan here. Tonight, I'd like to talk about this year's spectacle of stupidity of rigged sports, the Swifterbowl 2, which is going to be happening tomorrow at 4:30 here. Um, I have not been watching NFL football for a while because I realized about 3 or 4 years ago that it's completely fixed. Rig is my teams never win. But what I've noticed as a pattern is that as all multi-billion dollar corporations go, they have one goal in common, and that means is to make as much money as possible. The NFL is just a corporation. They have absolutely no incentive whatsoever to provide an honest competition. And it's amazing how finally, after the stupidity of last year's game, which most people thought was legitimate, now in 2025, where people are really starting to understand that NFL football is a joke. It's fake. It's completely contrived, and it's manipulated for profits. I mean, I think they reached a tipping point, just like the NBA did back in 2002 when they rigged Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals for the Lakers against the Kings. I think we've reached a point of no return with the NFL. I'm pretty sure they're not going to have the ratings they did last year. In the video I made last year, I predicted that would be the biggest, most watched Super Bowl ever, and I'm sticking by that. I think they're going to lose 5 to 10% viewership this year, approximately, because of the controversies surrounding the Kansas City Chiefs and their completely manufactured dynasty. Okay, the NFL really made a big mistake when they took this average team, the Chiefs, who are a 500 team, and got into the Super Bowl. They were determined from the beginning of the year, in my opinion, to make sure they made it, because the Swifties are still there, Mahomes is still there, and they wanted to cash in one last time before the Kelce Swift thing. And I don't think next year would have been too much. I think there would have been more fatigue if they tried to do it again next year, and I think the NFL knows this. So beginning of the year, it turned out, it was obvious to me the Kansas City Chiefs were not a very good football team this year. Every game was close, and they'd have a slight problem in the AFC West because the AFC West is coached by extremely competent coaches like Sean Payton and Jim Harbaugh. And the NFL knew that they were going to have to make sure the Chiefs had a very, very good record this year to keep ahead of those two teams to win the division and get to the Super Bowl. So they made sure they had home field advantage throughout the playoffs. All the shady calls that always go the same way for the Chiefs this year confirmed exactly what I believed. And when the playoffs started, I knew that it was going to be hard for the NFL to get Kansas City through because I knew Kansas City wasn't that good. They were decent, and my thoughts were confirmed when they played Houston and they played really poorly, got outgained by 100 yards and still won the game. All the blatant calls that went in that game against the Texans. And as for the AFC Championship game, I thought that the NFL may have folded to the pressure of all the heat that came off that Texans game, because that Texans game was absolutely so one-sided. I figured all the people were watching the championship game to see if they would do it again with the Bills. I wasn't watching it, but I was thinking they were going to do that. And they just got greedy. They got greedy. They had to push the Chiefs into the game, and those obviously bad calls about the dropped interception or the interception hit the ground and the first downs that Josh Allen didn't make, that really was under the scrutiny of a lot of NFL fans. And now the NFL, I think they're cooked. I think that was the point where they basically overdid it and they got too greedy. And so, as for my prediction for the Super Bowl, I would probably think that they're going to probably win again. Because like I said in the other video, I think the NFL has three prime directives. Prime directive number one is to make sure the games are very close, as many as possible. They don't want a lot of blowouts because the advertisers that pay for the end of as at the end of the game, more people will watch. People get more of an excitement feeling when they're close. They watch longer, and they have a feeling of a memorable game if the games go to overtime and if they're close. That's one reason. Their second directive is to make sure superstars win Super Bowls and play in the most watched games. That means AFC championships and Super Bowls. And the third thing is they want minority quarterbacks to be successful. That's their third directive because they need to replace Tom Brady as the greatest of all time because he's the wrong race. Okay, that's the three things they have. And as for the game, I would say the Chiefs will win, but it is possible. It's possible that the NFL will are under so much scrutiny they may actually not call they may call a fair game this time because of all the people that are looking at them. And I think if they allow it to be the Phillies to win or blow them out or be a close game, they can say, look, it's not fixed. If it was fixed, the Chiefs would have got their three-peat. But deep down inside, I'm pretty sure the NFL is hoping the Chiefs win this game. And it's possible I'm wrong. They're just greedy. They're going to make sure Mahomes gets his fourth Super Bowl championship. That's my guess. I think they're too arrogant. I think they think they can they've never made any mistakes yet. You know, the NFL management's arrogant. They think everything they touch turns to gold. So they're going to make sure the Chiefs win. That's my guess. Like I said, I could be wrong. It's possible. If they were smart, if I was the Goodell, if I was smart, I would not have any shady calls in this game. I would make sure it was refereed completely accurately. I wouldn't make any mistakes. I would actually call some offensive holding calls. As far as I know, the Chiefs have never had an offensive holding call in their Super Bowl wins. I would call the right tackle for false start once or twice a game. I would do that to show that they're not biased, to fool people into thinking it's legitimate. We know it's not. But so anyway, just letting you know that's why I don't watch the NFL football, because I don't want to watch wrestling. I don't want to watch fake sports. If I believe the NFL is going to decide who wins this game, they want to decide, most likely. It's their decision. They're going to make the decision that they're instructed to do, or that makes them the most amount of money, or pushes the narrative they want. That's what the NFL is going to do. And what's the point of watching if it's not decided on the field, which I don't think it is. I don't think it's been for a long time. Not for the big games. There's no point in watching. So that's my prediction. The Chiefs are going to win a close game. That's what I officially predict. Like I said, it is possible that they allow they allow Philly to win because they don't want to get caught rigging games. So so that's my official prediction. One more thing I would like to say about the game: if I'm right and they're going to call the game clean, there's one aspect of the game they may do to help Kansas City win, and that's watch the kicking game. Watch field goals and extra points. I believe this is a conspiracy. I don't know it's true. It's absolute conspiracy. I could be dead wrong about this, but I believe the NFL is manipulating the kicking balls. I think what they do is they don't put magnets in the balls like some people say. What they do is they put counterweights. If you put a counterweight in a ball, it can fly funny. They could put helium in the balls to make them fly farther. They could make them heavier so they fly less. They could put a wrap around the football so it wobbles or it hits the air, certainly. There's all kinds of technological things they could do to the kicking balls to make them miss. I personally think that whenever in the playoffs, when Buffalo missed last year, they put a hook ball in so Buffalo would lose. That put Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship game. So I think they're manipulating the kicking ball. So watch the kicking game tomorrow for the game. Watch. If I'm right, Buffalo will miss some kicks, but Kansas City won't. They may miss a 55-yarder or something, but Kansas City won't miss. They won't miss any extra points or close field goals. But Buffalo probably will if I'm right about the balls being manipulated. That would be an easy way to fool people because no one's looking at the kicking balls. Nobody is, and I think they manipulate them. So that's my prediction. Chiefs are going to probably win unless the NFL doesn't allow them to, which is my guess. But it is possible they will win if the NFL wants to show us that it's not rigged. But even if Philadelphia does win this game tomorrow, it's still rigged. The NFL let them win. That's my opinion. All right. So anyway, enough of the spectacle of stupidity. Swifter Bowl 2 tomorrow. I'm not going to watch. I'll just look at all the videos after the game's over, like I always do. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great night.